Coming up on Look Today, well, the Saratoga County Board of Elections began to count absentee ballots to determine the future of Saratoga Springs form of government. I've got details. Plus, SUNY Adirondack's new culinary center is built as part of the Downtown Revitalization Initiative in Glens Falls. More on that coming up. And as Black Friday approaches, Salvation Army in Glens Falls is still in search of bell ringers. We need you. We've got those details. All ahead on Look Today. Welcome everyone. I'm Jay Hood Jackson and this is Look Today. Well, in tonight's program, I sit down with John Aldrich. He's a lawyer with the firm Bond, Shennick and King, and he's here to talk about the proposed tax plan and how it will affect people in our communities. This is part 2 of my interview with him. And I also sit down with Fawn Montaigne and Julie Ann Brennan. Now, they're from an organization called Healing Springs Recovery Center in Saratoga, and they're here to discuss recovery from addiction and the resources available to people in our community. Plus, we've got your weather for the Tri-North counties. But first, these headline stories. Another great headline story. Same subject. Board of Elections in Saratoga County began to count absentee ballots today to determine the future of Saratoga Springs form of government. City officials, political activists, as well as lawyers were present to oversee the process. Now, most of the ballots are in. However, there still may be a few valid ballots arriving. Well, we were at the counting, and we spoke to a Republican Commissioner of Election of Saratoga County, Roger Shearer.
Almost all of them that we're going to count have been received. There may be some valid ballots that still come in for the next week, so we're going to open them up. People have an opportunity to look at the ballots as they come in and determine their validity, or see if they have any questions about their validity, which we will determine right here and now. And then we will canvass the contests for which people are attending the meeting, and we'll canvass the rest of the ballot afterwards. We're just trying to make this as streamlined as possible for the people that are standing around in the vault.
Wow. Now, as you know, we've been covering this almost on a daily basis. It's a very complicated, important, and at times very contentious topic. Now, votes in favor of changing the form of government are currently in the lead. It's under 100 votes. Now, we spoke to former vice chair of the Saratoga Springs City Charter Review Commission. It's Pat Kane, about the atmosphere of today's event.
It's a packed house. I think this is going to be a very close vote. There's a lot of ballots there to be counted. Clearly, it's a big issue for the city, and we're looking forward to a positive outcome.
Now, we'll be covering this every day until we get the answer, so stay tuned. In other news, well, Downtown Revitalization Initiative in Glens Falls is taking off. Now, one of the first big projects is SUNY Adirondack's new Culinary Arts Center, and the center is located at Hudson Avenue in Glens Falls. Sonny Bonaccio Construction, oversaw the project. And we spoke to Dr. Christine Duffy about it.
Having access to downtown is not only important for our students and for our college community, but also for downtown. So being more integrated into the city of Glens Falls gives our students opportunities, direct opportunities for internships and job opportunities, but also being able to have a place in the downtown vibe where we can bring our own students down to maybe participate in events that might be held in our site or at sites around us.
That's a very important project. Congratulations to everyone involved. All right, switching from news to weather. It's cold out there. It's damp out there. It's snowing out there. Temperatures are hovering in the low 30s. Let's see how the week is shaping up. For a more detailed look at our weather, let's head to the Glens Falls Weather Center for a look at your first forecast.
Thank you, Jesse. I'm meteorologist Clarence Ponser with your first look weather update here on Look TV. National forecast for tonight shows high pressure across the eastern half of the country, including a secondary high pressure To the northeast of us, we have a cold front, warm front, including boundary, making its way through the central portion of the country. This low pressure now making its trek through portions of southern Canada. Temperatures for the overnight hours regionally, teens and 20s, so a nippy night across portions of the Capital District. 24 towards the southern part of the Capital District. 24 also in Fort Edward, but about 23 Whitehall and Greenwich. Glens Falls 22, 22 in Bolton as well. Johnsburg and Powdersville in the upper teens as we go from cloudy to partly cloudy during the overnight hours. Mostly sunny, 43 for your Wednesday. Out the door forecast shows wind chills mid-20s with air temps mid-20s to around 30. Sunshine will be expected through the 8 a.m. hour. In the extended, we'll see mid-40s for highs Wednesday and Thursday. Thursday, we have a 60% chance of showers, so have the umbrellas handy. Then we'll see cooler weather, only 38 with sunshine Friday, before we see more rain and snow chances as we head towards the weekend. Lower 40s for highs, mid-upper 20s for Saturday morning, lower 30s for Sunday morning. That's your good look at that first look weather update. I'm meteorologist Clarence Ponsler. Now I send it back to you, Jesse.
Thanks very much, Clarence. All right, back to the news. We need your help. Salvation Army has still not met its quota for volunteer bell ringers in Glens Falls. Now, with Black Friday fast approaching, they still need bell ringers. Now, we've got an update from Major David Dean.
Well, I think we're going to probably look for about 104,000, 105,000. We actually saw a decline last year. This year with some corporate cutbacks, I've lost 28 stands the first week. You know, a stand being perhaps, 2 doors of a store, but since there's a bucket there, you lose the entire stand. So I'm already down 28 locations my first week. So if they average 100, 150, there's $4,000 right off the bat that we're already behind the first week.
Up next, I sit down with John Aldrich. Now, he's a lawyer with the firm Bond, Shennick & King, and he's here to talk about the proposed national tax plan and how it could affect people in our communities. It's part 2 of my interview with him. And I also sit down with Fawn Montaigne and Julianne Brennan. Now, they're from an organization called Healing Springs Recovery, located in Saratoga Springs, and they're here to discuss recovery from addiction and the resources available in our community. First, if you see news happening, want to share a story, how about join us for an interview? Then give us a call on the hotline. The number is 798-8000. Well, that's all the time we have for this edition of Look Today. Just a couple of lookouts tonight. You can't do an interview like I did today with Fawn and Julianne about the Healing Springs Recovery Center without it staying with you. Primarily because if you live it, it's a whole different perspective, and just talking to the two of them. So look, anybody out there that needs help, wants to get on the road to recovery, or a loved one who knows somebody who does, please contact the Healing Springs Recovery Center in Saratoga. You'll find these people are knowledgeable and really willing to help. Just something about the democracy in Saratoga Springs. This vote counting on the referendum to change the form of government in Saratoga it's crazy. There's so many involved people, a lot of passion about this, and we're going to be covering this. But hats off to everyone. That's how democracy is supposed to work. And last but not least, a reminder that the Prosperity Summit is going to be at the City Center on Thursday. That's all about economic growth in our community, and you may want to check that out as well. Tonight on Look TV, Queensbury Town Board meeting. Don't forget, tune in tomorrow night for the stories that matter to you. Good night, everyone.